It was going on YouTube. My name is King, and I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all my opinion on last night's Monday Night Raw on February 17th, live from Denver, Colorado. So it was a pretty okay crowd. You know, pretty cool crowd. Um, I got a lot of notes, so I'm gonna try to get through this as fast as I can. I have a lot of notes. I'm gonna start from the beginning. Uh, Basically, what happened was Cena came out to cut a promo. He went babbling on about how he's going to win Elimination Chamber Sunday. And in the midst of that, that's when Cesaro comes out with Zed Coulter. He starts talking about how he's going to win Elimination Chamber and how he's going to be the new face of WWE and the face of America, whatever the fuck that means. Um, then Cena hops in Cesaro's face, starts talking shit, and Sheamus' music hits. Sheamus walks down the ramp, gets in the ring, starts talking shit to Cena Cesaro, and then Kristen music hits. Kristen walks down the ring, starts talking shit to Sheamus, and then Orton music hits. Orton walks down the ring, starts babbling about some BS, whatever, and then Bryan's music hits. So when Bryan comes out, he gets his usual pops. He gets really good pops no matter where he's at. And he had a new shirt on. It kind of looked like that classic picture of Che Guevara, the one where he's like posing or whatever, like looking like kind of like looking upwards. Y'all probably seen it before. It said yes under it. It was like a gray, and it had that picture with the yes right there. It was actually my favorite shirt of his. Cause if y'all know his whole merchandise or whatever, he has bullshit merchandise. That's why you see a lot of people giving him heat for the shit on the internet or whatever, because this is fucking merchandise is crap. This is actually a good shirt, a shirt that I will probably wear, out in public, not that bullshit cartoon goat fucking bullshit Daniel Bryan shit or that fucking dumbass beard hat with the brim as a beard. That bullshit. This is actually a good shirt. This is one of his best shirts. Um, back to the review. Bryan gets to the ring. He goes on to say, "I know you guys come out here and did a lot of talking, but these people are doing my talking for me. I know how everyone knows how important the Elimination Chamber is because it leads to that." Then he points up to the rafters where the WrestleMania 30 logo was at. Everybody in the ring looks at it. Then he goes on to say, "I've worked too hard to let this opportunity pass by, so nobody's going to be talking about they're the face of the WWE, or the champ is here, or fella, or we the people, or one more match. The Tyrene is going to be chanting yes." Then he starts doing the yes shit, and the crowd follows suit and he gets a real big pop when he does that. And then fucking Kane fire music hits and his dumb ass comes down the ring. Now, me personally, I don't give a fuck about Kane, this corporate Kane character. He gets on my fucking nerves every time he comes to the ring. He's trying to cut a promo. Anytime I see his ass on TV, I get fucking annoyed. Like I don't understand his character. He's, by label, he's the director of operations, and whatever the fuck that means, director of operations. How many fucking people do you need running this shit? You know what I'm saying? You already got the authority with Triple H and Stephanie. Then of course, you got Vince. Who the fuck else? You don't need no fucking body. I was like, fuck all the Brad Maddox and the whatever the fuck her name is. I forget her name. The annoying motherfucker. Yeah. So his music hits or whatever. Kane comes. Oh, excuse me. I'm reading my notes. I don't know if I wrote this right. All right, here we go. Kane begins to ramble about whatever, and the crowd drowns him out with "You sold out" chants. You sold out, you sold out. They drown him out or whatever. So then he goes on to say, the authority left them in charge, whatever. Because Stephanie and Triple H wasn't on the show at all tonight, so they left him in charge apparently. And he goes on to make the matches between. First he says, I don't want to skip ahead. First he says that he's going to be fair to Orton because Orton has to face Sheamus in the main event, so he's going to be fair to him and put the other four participants of the Elimination Chamber match in matches against each other. So he makes the matches between Cena and Cesaro and makes a match between Bryan and Christian. And then he goes on to say, Bryan and Christian, your matches start now. So Cena, Sheamus, Orton, and Cesaro, they all lead the ring. And Kane is standing there like on the edge of the apron. And, you know, that distracts Bryan because, you know, they're supposed to be feuding right now or whatever. So Bryan's attention is solely on Kane. And that's when Christian comes sneaking from behind and knocks him over or whatever. And he starts fucking Bryan up. Then it cuts to the commercial. When it comes back, now it's the referee in the ring and the match starts or whatever. I thought it was pretty much a good match. It was a good match. I wrote down some stuff that like Krista was like doing a real good job of working on Bryan's shoulder. He did this really good swinging DDT from. It was like a swinging DDT arm breaker from the top ropes. If y'all can visualize that, like basically he got on the top ropes and he was in DDT form, but he just when he came down, he just like landed on his arm, made him land crazy on his arm or whatever. It looked really good. Then another move I wrote down I like was when Bryan put the yes lock on Kristen. He kind of like had it where it's like it looked like Kristen's damn shoulder was about to pop out the socket or whatever. And then Kristen breaks out of that. He goes for the kill switch. Bryan reverses it and hits this crazy reversal with this roll up and pins him, you know, to win the match or whatever. So the match is over. Kane's, by the way, Kane's outside the whole time watching the fucking match or whatever. He's just sitting, dicking around outside the ring, just watching the fucking match like a dickhead. And then he goes on the hops on the mic and says he neglected to mention that Bryan was going to have another match tonight, and the match is against him. So his weirdo looking ass gets in the ring, and basically he just beats the shit out of Bryan, mainly focusing on his arm or whatever. And you know, the match ends by disqualification because he has Bryan's arm like wrapped around the ring post, and the referee wants to tell him to, you know, break the hold or whatever. So, you know, he got counted out by that. Ref counted to 5, called the match, rung the bell or whatever, and then Kane stops on the mic and says, you know, I guess he says some shit like, I guess I'm disqualified or whatever. Basically, he did shit on purpose. He just wanted to fuck Bryan up. He didn't have no intentions on winning the match. He just wanted to fuck Bryan up. Then after that's over, they have a interview in the back with the Shield. Renee Young is doing an interview for them or whatever. I kind of forget what happened with that. I just remember Roman Reigns is clowning Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is like trying to gloat about his match with Mark Henry, and Reigns is like, well, you lost or whatever. He basically just playing him real quick or whatever. I forgot all the details with that. So moving along, then we get a match. Then we get a fucking 5-star match with fucking Santino and Fandango. I'm just playing. I don't know what the fuck happened. Honestly, I didn't write shit down. I didn't watch the fucking match. Cause, you know, anytime people like Santino or fucking 3MB and Great Khali, when them motherfuckers get in the ring, I don't watch the shit. I try to fast forward it if I have it on DVR, or I just change the fucking channel until another match. I don't watch them. They're wasting my time. I don't watch them. All I know is that, of course, Fandango came out with Summer Rae like he usually does, and this new chick Emma from NXT, she's, I guess, tagging along with Santino till they find something to do with her or whatever. So she came out with her goofy ass dance or whatever, and they got in the ring. And what happened? I don't know who the fuck won. Honestly, I didn't even when I hit the fast because I had the button on my remote. When you hit a certain button, you can skip ahead 5 minutes. So when I hit that button, the Shield was coming down the steps. So I don't know who the fuck won. Honestly, I don't know who won. I don't care to know who won. I didn't look it up online. So whatever. Um, and like I said, the Shield comes out. Reigns has a match with Mark Henry, so they come out or whatever. And Mark Henry comes out. Um, it basically was a fucking squash match. Basically, they get in the ring or whatever. The crowd starts chanting Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is getting huge support by the fans everywhere he goes. You can tell that he's on pace and potentially going to be one of the biggest baby faces on the roster in the future. I don't know when. I don't know if it's going to be at Mania. They're going to let him loose or whatever. I don't know when. But you can tell it's evident that he's going to be one of the top players in the future. And potentially he's going to be with the company for a while and carry the torch for a while. He's, in my opinion, really good. He's still a little green, but he's still good nonetheless. I think his what he does in the ring is phenomenal, and I can't wait to see what happens and what the future holds for Roman Reigns. But anyway, back to the review. Um, some of the notes I wrote down with the match was. I have a couple of notes. I only have a few notes. Reigns did this really good Samoan backdrop when he caught Henry. I think he was coming off the ropes. He caught Henry with a Samoan drop. It looked really good. It looked impressive because Henry's a big dude. Um, then he basically catches him with the big Superman punch, sets up the spear. His ooh-ah shit. Ooh-ah. I can't do it. That ooh-ah shit he does. He sets that up, hits him with the spear, and gets the pin. And the match is basically a squash match. The match is like a minute or so. It wasn't even that long. Then the funny thing happened after the match. Dean Ambrose, you know how you probably been to school before, and say you get in a fight or whatever, or somebody get in a fight or whatever. They fuck somebody up real quick, and then they homie want to jump in and shit and get his little shit off, like get his little kicks and shit. That's basically what Dean Ambrose did. Reigns already fucked Henry up. The match is over, and then he want to come and get his little shit off, and Reigns just looked at him like, "The fuck are you doing?" Like he's like, "Dog, chill." Like, you look like a nut. Like you fucking want to jump on him after I already trashed him, whatever. So that was kind of funny to me, whatever. So that happened. Right back. Okay, so that happened or whatever, and then the Wyatt family, they intro, like how they come on TV with the sheep mask, all that shit happened. So then they appear on the Titantron, and they going to cut a promo or whatever. And in the promo, one of the things I wrote down that Bray Wyatt said, he said, if you aren't ready to die for this, then you already lost. Basically talking about their upcoming match this Sunday at the Elimination Chamber. I kind of like that what he said. Once he said that, Reigns replied with, "Well, won't you come out here and basically say that shit to my face?" And Bray Wyatt turned to Reigns. And this was interesting because I never seen nobody when they go on the Titantron. The Reigns go on the Titantron. Normally, people just be in the ring or whatever, and they just you're just looking at the Titantron and you just hearing what the fuck Bray Wyatt got to say. But Reigns actually replied. And then Bray Wyatt replied to him and said, after he said the whole, "Won't you come out here and say this shit to my face?" He replied with, "Well, it's funny, I was thinking the same thing." And then, the music hits or whatever. So the crowd popped crazy. Everybody was hype or whatever. So they came out or whatever. They got in the ring. So they're kind of standing off. Three people the 3 Shield members on one side of the ring, 3 Wyatts on the other. So Roman Reigns, you know, I like Roman Reigns. He's just a stand-up dude. He just was like on some militant shit. He just stepped up like, look, what's up? He stepped up, and you know the other 2 members was like, you know, stay where they was at. And you know, Bray Wyatt and they I don't say they cowered out, but they, you know, they just stepped off. But they ain't want no work, I guess. They stepped off or whatever. You know, Bray Wyatt started laughing and shit. They left the ring or whatever, and that was pretty much the end of that whole thing. All right, so where am I at? All right, then it cuts to commercial. Then it comes back, and so it shows Cody and Goldust in the locker room playing with the WWE stacked down Lego shit. Like it's like basically a Lego set with the ring and all that shit or whatever. They got I seen they got an Undertaker on the heart, like at the Undertaker when he's riding the Harleys and shit. They got that. Whatever. It's basically just like a fucking playset for kids or whatever. So they back there fucking with that. And then Wade Barrett comes out. He comes out with, you know, I'm afraid I got some bad news shit, and just kicks their whole fucking set over. They kicks the shit over. So then Goldust nut ass. Now I like Goldust, but he did some nut ass shit. He gonna say, "Oh, what do we do now?" Like, what the fuck you mean what we do? You should fucked him up. You and Cody. First of all, somebody knocks some shit out my hand, you know, intentionally. I'm gonna fuck them up. Point blank period. Like, what the fuck you mean? What are you gonna do? Y'all should have fucking rolled on this dumbass. Y'all, Bray Wyatt. I mean, not Bray Wyatt. Wade Barrett. He can't fuck with y'all. Both of y'all. You know, even if you was shook, y'all, it's 2 of y'all. Y'all should have fucked his ass up. I just thought that was just dumb. What the fuck you mean what to do? Whoop his ass. That's the fuck you do. That kind of annoyed me. But so you know he had to kick the shit over. He said the dumb shit. So they went back to try to pick the shit up and start playing with the shit, and then that was the end of that whole thing. So then we got a match with the next match we got was Kofi Kingston and Jack Swagger. I thought this was a okay match. The crowd was starting to try to shit on it at first. You know what I'm saying? They started, you know, when the crowd started chanting all the random shit. I don't know if y'all. I've been to a live event before, and you know, I've experienced shit firsthand. When it's a boring ass match, y'all, and I'm sure y'all probably experienced it too on TV. You know, when it's a boring ass match, they just gonna start chanting a whole bunch of random shit. Like the shit they were chanting was JBL. They started doing JBL chants, and they started doing CM Punk checks. That's just like the fans' way of telling, you know, WWE and the wrestlers like, fuck this match. That's basically what happened. They tried to shit on it. And they did shit on it, but overall I thought it was an okay match. And Kofi started to pick it up a little bit. I guess he must have reacted to the crowd. He said, fuck talk, you know, just fuck you know, getting down about the match. I'm gonna go ahead and just continue to work. I like what Kofi did. He kinda, you know, stepped it up a little bit or whatever. But the match ended with Swagger put Kofi in a Patriot lock and made him tap real quick or whatever, and that was pretty much the end of that match. So after that match is over, uh, Swagger music hits or whatever, and then right when his music hit, they jump right into Biggie Langston music, so he started walking out or whatever. By the way, I believe Swagger is the #1 contender to the IC belt. I think they had it in a match. I'm not sure, but I think they have it in a match Sunday at the end of the show. I'll look it up. So I think that's a feud between Big E and Swagger or whatever. So Big E comes out or whatever, and he's in a fucking match with Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre. He's in a match. It's a 2-on-1 match, a handicap match. So it's Big E versus them 2 dickheads. So the match is boring. The match is boring, honestly. So Swagger and Zeb Coulter stick around. They just get out the ring and let them get their match, and they stick around, stay outside. So Zeb Coulter, the whole match, the entire match, this motherfucker's on a microphone, just trolling Big E. Just the whole time he's just talking shit to Big E, fucking with the crowd, and I'm surprised they didn't fucking run Zeb Coulter out that fucking building. He had the audacity in front of a Denver, Colorado crowd to say, Swagger, he's talking to Big E on the mic. He said Big E, Swagger's gonna beat you like the Seahawks beat the Broncos. Listen, I'm from Philadelphia. If we was the Broncos and we got whooped on like that, best believe they'd have been on his ass. They'd have been on Zeb Coulter's ass. Now he said I love Zeb Coulter because he says a lot of shit on the mic. That's funny to me. He sometimes the shit is like downright disrespectful when he's talking about all the immigrant shit and all that. He gets kind of disrespectful, but it's funny to me. I'm not gonna lie. But some shit like that, if he'd have said that in Philadelphia, said all that shit talking about the Eagles or something, he got his fucking ass whipped probably. So he said that crowd just booed the shit out of him, whatever. He got that good heel heat. It was, I ain't gonna say it was cheap heel heat, but it was good heat or whatever. So or whatever that happened. Back to the match. Like I said, it was a boring match or whatever. So Big E hit McIntyre with the big end and pinned him, and that was the end of the match or whatever. I believe then I don't have this written down, but if I remember correctly, Big E hopped on the mic and said, "I hope you have a good diaper," because that's not because he said some shit like, "I hope you have a good diaper." Talking to Zeb Culture, I hope you have a good diaper because your mouth is the only thing that's gonna be full of crap or some shit this Sunday. So whatever the fuck he said some shit like that or whatever. So then it goes to a vignette of, I guess you call it a vignette or a clip of Alexander Rusev with Lana, and he's doing his best Ivan Drago impersonation from Rocky IV shit. Talking in, I don't know what language he's talking in, Russian or whatever the fuck he's talking in. He's talking no English. I don't understand shit he's saying. Even the words on the screen is like in some foreign ass language. I don't know, whatever. And the chick standing behind him or whatever. So that was that promo. Basically, y'all probably seen it before if y'all seen Raw. It's basically the same typical promo vignette, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So then it cuts to commercial. It comes back and it's basically it's the WWE honors Black History Moment, and this week they chose to honor Ron Simmons. And they're just showing things throughout his collegiate career and all that, and when he played football for Florida State, and then it shows it highlights his 1992 match for the WCW World Heavyweight Title against Vader, and he beats Vader. He's the first black man ever to win the WCW World Heavyweight Title, and they highlight that moment. That was like a real groundbreaking moment for all the black community or whatever, all African Americans, that'll follow behind him, like Booker T. They show Booker T. They show R-Truth, Kofi. They show a bunch of black people, whatever. And the funniest part about it, I don't know if y'all caught it, was when right after he won, like the crowd erupted. It was like a big pop for him. And this one black dude was like in the bottom left hand corner. He lost his fucking mind. Like he's jumping up and down. He's like crying hysterically. I was cracking the fuck up. I'm like, why is this dude like? It must have been like his son or some shit. Like you just thought he won the fucking title. He was more hyped than Ron Simmons. Like he was like hysterically crying and shit. It was just hilarious to me, or whatever. And then it went on to show his 2012 Hall of Fame induction to the WWE Hall of Fame. Excuse me, to the WWE Hall of Fame in 2012 induction. It went on to show like clips of that or whatever. That was a big night for him, whatever. So that pretty much was it for that whole moment. Excuse me. Now I'm gonna take a break real quick. Get a sip of water. Prepare me for. I got a lot of notes on this match. Then we get the fucking match of the night. Hands down, the match of the night. Maybe I don't want to say it, but maybe the match of the year. Only other match I could think that was better than this match was Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt at the Rumble. That's the only match I could think that if any match that would be better than this one. You got John Cena versus Cesaro, not Antonio Cesaro, Cesaro. This match is fucking. This this match now. You got a lot of people that hate on Cena, and honestly, I'm probably one of them. I don't like Cena, but I give everybody fucking props. This he went in there and put on a good match. Like I have I've been on the internet since last night and seen people, giving their giving their opinions on the match, and some people were saying, oh, most people, even people that hate Cena, were saying, Cena, giving him his props. But some people, I'm not gonna name no names, but they just didn't want to give this motherfucker no credit at all. I give credit where it's due. Cena put on a good match. I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh well, Cesaro carried. No, they put on a good. Both of them put a good match, in my opinion. They both did. So I give props. Like I said, I give props where it's due. You can call me Cena hater or whatever. I don't give a fuck. But I'm gonna give props where it's due. Cena impressed me last night, and you will rarely hear me say that. But anyway, all right. Some of the things I wrote down. I have a lot of notes for this match, so I'm gonna try to break it down so y'all can follow it because there's a lot of notes. All right. One of the things that happened was, okay, let me read this real quick. Okay, so picture this. At one point in the match, Cena hit the ropes or whatever, hit the ropes, and he bounced back to run or whatever. No, excuse me, not Cena. Cesaro hit the ropes and bounced back. So Cena standing in the middle of the ring. He tries to jump over. He's just anticipating Cesaro to run under him, and he's going to jump over him. So instead of running under him, Cesaro catches him in the middle of the air. In mid-air, catches him and gives him a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker and brings you down. This shit was crazy. That was one little spot I like. Then Cena finally hit a good hurricanrana. Now I know y'all probably seen Cena botch every hurricanrana he ever fucking attempted. He actually hit a good one tonight. He hit a good hurricanrana. I give you props on that. He finally hit one. Then this. All right, that's later on. Okay. Then Cena goes to hit. This is another spot I like. Cena, hits Cesaro with the five knuckle shuffle. And every time he does the five knuckle shuffle, he tries to pretty much set up the AA. So he goes to set up the AA, and he got Cesaro up for the AA, but Cesaro flips out the shit, hits the ropes, come back and boots him right in his fucking grill or whatever. So Cena hits the deck or whatever. It was crazy. Cena hit the deck, and then did I skip past that? Oh no, that was later on down the line. But yeah, let me go ahead and finish that. He hits him. So he hits him with the boot. Cena gets up or whatever, and then because Cesaro ran back to the ropes after he hit him with the boot, he runs back. Cena clotheslines the shit out of him. Bang! Knocks him down. It was a vicious clothesline. He knocks him down. So while Cesaro's laying down there, Cena does this. I never seen him attempt this shit. While he's laying down, he does like a flip roll and like hooks him up and then stands up with him and hit him with the AA to get the win or whatever. So I'm gonna leave the other shit out. I already skipped over, so I ain't gonna go back. So Cena got the win with the AA or whatever. So then right after that, okay. Bear with me, people. I have a lot of notes and I'm trying to get it out as quick as I can. Believe me. So yeah, that was the end of the match or whatever. All right, now the part I left out that I really like. Well, the part I left out it was that I'm just gonna skip past that. I'm just gonna skip past that or whatever. All right, so fuck it, I skip past it. So then after that match, then they go to a segment of Randy Orton. He's back there, like in the back, talking to Triple H, like in the back of the wrestlers be at. He's back there talking to Triple H. So he going on talking, basically kissing Triple H's ass and whatever. Then he started talking shit about Batista. So, while he's talking shit about Batista, the camera, moves over a little bit, and he's all of a sudden Batista standing behind him. So then he's like, "Oh, hey, what's going on, Batista?" He try to play this shit off, whatever. So then Batista says, "You're not the face of the WWE, you're the ass." So he pretty much ragged on seeing us Orton real fast. So Orton walks off or whatever. So, and it was kind of weird because they had like the same color shirt on. Like it wasn't the same shirt. It was the same fucking color, like an olive green. It just kind of like was like weird. Like y'all like why? That might be our new merchandise, but why would y'all have the same exact fucking color shirt on standing next to it? It looks stupid. Like have one wear an olive one, and have one wear black because it kind of was like stupid. Like they was like a tag team or some shit. They had the same fucking shirt on or whatever. But anyway, so after Orton walks off, you got Del Rio come up with a fucking leather jacket with a neck brace on. He appears. So he says something like, "Oh yeah, I see why they call you the animal." I'm guessing Batista must have whooped his ass or some shit. I didn't see SmackDown. I only watched Raw, so I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm guessing he must have whooped his ass because he's like kind of like brown nosing for a second. But then he goes to talk shit, saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna rip your arms off and all this fly shit." So Batista's like, "Oh yeah," and pushes the shit out of him or whatever. So then he's all like he's trying to recover and shit or whatever. So that was pretty much the end of that fucking whole thing. That whole little thing. So then after that, you get an interview, stupid ass interview by Titus O'Neil, getting interviewed by Renee Young. He goes on to start talking, snatching the mic out of her hand and saying "spell champion" and all this stupid. It was a bad promo from him. Now I like Titus O'Neil on the mic. I think he's one of the better. I think he's one of the better guys on the mic in the company. He's actually entertaining. Some people are boring and bland and don't really care. I don't really care for him on the mic, but he's actually one of the people that's actually entertaining. Like whenever he's talking or doing a skit or something. But he was awful on this. He started yelling and shit. He's just bad. Make it long story short, he's just bad or whatever. So there you go. That's the end of that or whatever. So then, so then, then you get a match. Who the fuck is booking this shit? Like, who is booking these matches? You get a match between a 6-man tag. You get Los Matadores, Primo and fucking Epico, whatever their names are, and Sin Cara, Hunico, whatever the fuck he is, versus the Wyatt family. What do y'all think happened? Do I need to break this down? What do y'all think? Who do y'all think won? I got notes. I'm not gonna read the notes. The match is fucking boring. The match is boring. Bray Wyatt hit Sin Cara, Hunico, whatever the fuck his name is, with the sister Abigail and got the pin. That was it. I'm not gonna waste y'all time. All right, then you move on to another match with Jey Uso and versus Billy Gunn. You had the other Uso, Jimmy. You had him sitting ringside doing commentary. And you had Road Dogg sitting doing ring commentary. It was a singles match or whatever. This match was, I really cared for this match. This kind of was a quick match. I really didn't care for it. I'm not gonna say it was boring or corny, and I just didn't care for it, honestly. The match ended with Billy Gunn went for the Famouser, and when he came down, tried to land it, Jey Uso moved out the way and just rolled him up for the quick pin or whatever. And then they got outside. Then that got him for the pin or whatever. Excuse me. Got him for the pin. Won the match. So then Road Dogg and the other Usos start going at it. He super hit the shit out of him, whatever. They basically, whatever. Basically, I think, in fact, excuse me, they have a tag match for Elimination Chamber Sunday or whatever. So that's their little feud right now or whatever. So I'm not going to waste y'all time with that either. Alright, I'm at the end of my notes now. Alright, thank God. Alright. Then you get the main event. You get Sheamus versus Orton. This match, I really didn't care for this match either. This is a typical Sheamus versus Orton match or whatever. There's nothing crazy happened in this match. This is the crazy thing. This is the one thing, one thing that happened crazy that I didn't like at all. Orton, they're outside, right? I think they were I don't even know if Spanish announce table people was out there or whatever. But make a long story short, Orton Orton goes lifts Sheamus up. I guess give like a little backdrop or whatever onto the table. It was nothing crazy, nothing or whatever. But the crowd reaction was ridiculous. They start chanting "Holy shit" to this. I'm sitting in my couch like, what the fuck? Holy shit! Like from the match scene in Cesaro put on, and I even detail everything about that match. You had way more holy shit moments in that match than a fucking basic backdrop. And the breakaway table didn't even break on impact. It's like it like he landed, then it broke. Like it wasn't even like a fluent move to break the table. Like it wasn't. It wasn't like it didn't flow right. Like he landed, then the shit broke like 2 seconds later. Like it looked corny. It looked corny to me, but the crowd reaction was ridiculous. I was sitting in my couch like, what the fuck? Like, y'all could. It's plenty of things they probably happened tonight. Y'all could chant, "Holy shit, that was better than that" or whatever. That was the craziest thing about the match to me. It's the crowd reaction. And basically, yeah, the match ended by DQ. The Shield came out, jumped on Sheamus. So I guess they didn't announce that he won. So I'm guessing he won because they fucked him up. You know, when somebody interferes, the person they hit wins the match because they take it as the other guys in cahoots with the person who just hitting whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say Sheamus won because they fucked him up. Excuse me. So after that, Cena, Bryan, basically all the other people that's in the Elimination Chamber match for the belt. Cena, Bryan, Cesaro, and Cena, Bryan, Cesaro, and Christian all ran to the ring or whatever. You know, to go to war with the Shield or whatever. And then the Wyatt's music hits again, bang. So then the arena goes black, and then it comes back on, and they're in the ring standing off with the Shield, like then they're standing off again. But this time they go full throttle and start brawling in there. So everybody's just in the fucking ring brawling. Even Cesaro, he ain't on nobody's team. He's just fucking anybody that come there. I was cracking up, like he's just fucking anybody up. And yeah, they brawl whatever, and I can't even tell you what happened because the shit cut off in the midst of them brawling. Like the brawl wasn't even over. I guess they must have ran out of TV time, or whatever. They went over their time limit, and they just cut the shit or whatever. So that was the end of Raw, whatever. Overall, it was a pretty good show. It wasn't a great show. It was okay. I didn't even say it was okay. Like I said, you had the really good, like I said, in my opinion, the one of the best matches of this year between Cena and Cesaro. Fuck what people say about Cena. Like I said, I'm not a Cena fan by no means. I'm more of a hater. I'll be honest with you, but I give the man credit. I ain't gonna hate on the dude when you out there putting on good quality matches. Like I said, it was a really good match. I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh, Cesaro carried him, and that's why. No, I'm gonna give him his credit. I'm gonna give the man his credit. He went out there and put on a good show with another top wrestler, in my opinion. And I hope they get this dude a push. Cesaro really needs a push. I like the fact that they got rid of Antonio Cesaro. His name is Cesaro. He seems more badass with that name. I like Cesaro. It seems like a badass name, and I hope they give him a push. I can picture him with the belt. I'm not gonna say he's gonna win Sunday, but I can picture him with the belt. Me personally, y'all might not agree, but I can. I see a lot of potential in Cesaro. He puts on a lot of good matches. One match y'all probably can reference if y'all haven't seen it already. It was his match against Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is one of the guys from NXT. They had a match, I believe, last August. It was the best. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match. The fucking match was ridiculous from start to finish. Ridiculous. Go check that out if y'all get the time. I don't know the exact date, but I know it was in August. So if y'all get the chance, go check that out if I haven't seen that or whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, that's pretty much it. Now moving forward, like I said, this is my first Raw review, so of course I'm gonna do a preview to the Elimination Chamber. Like my thought, I'm gonna get my thoughts. I'm waiting till Friday because they keep, they sneak matches up later on the week or whatever. You throw some matches. I'm waiting till I get the pretty much the full card and then go over each match and give my opinions of who I think will win or whatever and the outcomes of that match. So just get in depth with the whole Elimination Chamber pay-per-view coming up Sunday or whatever. And that's pretty much it. Now one thing I want to say is that as a fan of the WWE, WrestleMania, the whole I only want to get on the Punk shit because that I can make an entire video about how I feel about that whole situation. So I'm not gonna get on that, but just this whole, how can I say it? Just this whole, just the whole feel for WrestleMania doesn't feel like nothing right now. Like normally around this time, you're now I know next week's Raw is supposed to be a fucking home run hit for the WWE. They might have all they ducks in a row come next week. Next week might be the best show ever. Who knows? It's a lot of talk about the Undertaker making a return, Hogan, possibly Sting. So I'm sure, and it's launching the network. So I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a crazy Raw. What's going to happen? I have no idea. It's just a bunch of rumors floating around, whatever. But I have faith in the WWE that they had to get this ball rolling towards WrestleMania to really kick off WrestleMania season, because Royal Rumble was a letdown in my opinion. Like it was a real letdown. And I'm not, like I said, I ain't gonna go into detail because I can talk about that shit for days. But bottom line, like I said, this doesn't really feel like WrestleMania season right now. I'm sure it can change, but normally around this time you're kind of like, salivating. You can't wait until WrestleMania hits. But right now it's just like I really have no feel for it. Like it's just like nothing right now. So maybe y'all feel maybe y'all feel the same way I feel. Maybe you don't. But that's just how I feel, honestly. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this right here. Damn, I went on for 42 minutes and counting. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to end this right here. And like I said, look forward to my review for Elimination Chamber. I'm gonna try to get it out Friday, at the latest Saturday. I'm gonna try to get that out. So look forward to that, and I'll see y'all then.